one of the managers owned this duplex, and he wanted to sell the house to me. He said, I'd sell it for $35,000. Now, if I'd have had guidance, I would have bought that house.
Yeah.
But because I didn't have the guidance, I said, man, I can't afford that. They remodeled that house. You know how much that house is worth today? You know,
Was that something that you learned because your dad and mom taught you, or did you have to learn the hard way?
I learned the hard way. My mom and dad, growing up in the 50s and 60s,
Financial management wasn't a topic.
no,
I'm sure.
that wasn't a topic. I learned a lot through mistakes and watching other people and learning from them. But I made a lot of mistakes.
Tell me about some of the bigger mistakes that you made.
I have some regrets. So one of the regrets I had was I thought when I was in high school, the teachers were trying to spell my name, but they couldn't get past the first letter. So
How did you graduate?
Yeah. But I ended up going to Morris Brown, and I still wasn't mature enough. I didn't realize then, and my parents, they didn't come and say, Fred, look, if you don't do this, you didn't. Because they was in Augusta, I was here. I had 2 great years, but of course I couldn't go back because I wasn't passing my classes. So not graduating, that's a regret.
So you did not graduate from high school?
No, I graduated from high school. I didn't graduate from Morris Brown.
Right.
I didn't graduate. And because of that, I ended up later having to go to night school with a child.
To finish your degree.
And all I had to do back then was focus in 4 years, and I'd have been done.
Yeah.
But, that's a huge mistake I made.
Yeah. What was it that had you not focused?
Just immature.
Yeah.
A lot of things that I try to, with my kids, is I try to give them guidance. So, okay, you need to do this, and this is why you need to do this. I had opportunities back then that if I'd have had some guidance, things would have been a lot better than they are now.
You say better. And, well, do you really think they'll be better?
Well, let me put it this way. When I left Morris Brown, I was working along John Stewart's, and I needed a place to stay. So one of the managers owned this duplex, and he said, well, y'all can stay there. He charged us a whopping $160 a month. And there was 3 of us in there, so we had to split that.
Yeah.
But it was an old building, but we lived there. We stayed there, I think from 83 to 80 until I got married. And he wanted to sell the house to me. He said, hey, Fred, I'll sell the house to you. It's a duplex. He said, I'll sell it for $35,000. Now, if I'd have had guidance,
That's what you mean.
I would have bought that house.
Yeah.
I was only making it along John Stewart. I'm thinking, well, man, if I work 2 jobs, $35,000, I could pay that off in 6-7 years, and that'd be mine. But because I didn't have the guidance, and nobody's saying that, I said, man, I can't afford that. They remodeled that house. You know how much that house is worth today?
Oh, today is crazy, I'm sure.
It's worth $680,000.
There's this movie that I used to watch. It's called The Butterfly Effect. And it's like if you could go back in time and change one thing, it completely altered the direction of your life moving forward.
Yeah.
So although you say that, like, you made some mistakes and you talked about not purchasing that house, for example, do you think that life would have taken you in a different direction?
It's funny because that's so true, because every decision you make in life takes you on a different path.
Right.
Because you don't know what, you could... If I had never got that job at the bank, I never would have met her.
Yeah.
Like I just said, every decision you make is going to take you on a different path.
Yeah.
So you just got to be careful with the decisions you make.
Yep.
But, I don't know what each person's path is. God has a path for you.
Yeah.
So you have to go with that.
Exactly.